Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Rachel, and welcome to the first Leather Fun Friday. I know that's a mouthful, right? But anyway, so this is the first leather video, and I will be uploading one of these every Friday, so you guys will get to learn a little something new. Today's video is actually going... Oh, that was the... I thought that was my hair, like, going like that. I was like, whoa, better fix that. Anyway, so today's video is going to be basically my favorites video. I'm going to want to do one of these a month, where basically I'm going to go through and pick out around 5 or a couple more of my favorite products that I am currently using, ones that I really like, and I will show you where I got them from, and so that way you guys can possibly incorporate them into the items that you're making. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first item here that I'm going to show you is this adhesive tape. I just recently started using this because I just, have switched over to the bags around May. It's now August. But, I've been just currently focusing on bags, so I've been using this a lot more. But when I've made some tack items, I've also used this as well. I get it from Tandy Leather, and basically what it is, it's a double-sided tape. You pull it off like this, and this side is sticky, and then you'll pull off this white part on the top, and then it'll be sticky on the other side. That way you can put together 2 layers of leather or fabric or whatever you're putting together, and it works out great. Tandy does offer it in 2 different sizes. The 5mm, which is this, it's pretty thin. This is the one I use the most. And then they have a 10mm. I do have some of that. I will, sometimes like if I run out of this and I only have the 10mm, I will cut the 10mm or millimeter down and make it, thinner. Because the problem is with the thicker tape, when you're sewing like close to the edge, it can sometimes show when you like flip the bag around, and so that's why I like this thin, because you can hide it a lot better. So yeah, so it is let's see here, the 5mm, let's see here. Oh, okay, so and then they also have 2 different options, the permanent adhesion or the repositional adhesion. I honestly don't know which one this is. I know if I mess up, I can take it off and put it back on. So maybe that's what this one is. Let's see. Yeah, this one runs a regular price about $6 a roll. So, I mean, it's not bad. Let me see. I don't think they list how long it is. But anyway, it's really worth it. That way, because before I discovered this tape, I was using glue, and as you know, glue can get really messy and all over the place, and so this really honestly helps make your products a lot cleaner and a lot nicer when you're sewing them together, and you won't have a big gluey mess. Okay, so my second item I'm going to show you here is the Fiebings Chocolate dye. I absolutely love this color. As you guys know, chocolate leather is really in right now, especially in the tack world, and really honestly in the Western fashion world. I mean, chocolate is just everything. So I really love this color. I love how this dye goes on. When you get it in, of course this one's almost gone. I just want to show you guys how it came in the packaging. It comes with a little dauber, so you don't have to buy any extra. That's what I really love about Fiebings products. And then the dye will just come in a bottle like this. And all the Fiebings, I don't know exactly how many. This is just a regular leather dye. They also have a couple different other type of dyes. But these are, I think there's like 5 other colors maybe, or something like that. What I don't understand is they all come in like, you can get like a gallon jug of those colors, but except the chocolate. The chocolate is the only one that only comes in this size. So I really don't understand it. But so when I go and like buy these, I'll buy like 5 of them, because I use a lot of it, especially when I was making tack. I mean, I would go through a couple of these a week. I mean, it's just, I use this color a lot, but it's really inexpensive. Of course, I have the elite pricing at Tandy. And I think it runs around like $5 a bottle. I don't know exactly regular price, but also Springfield Leather, they also sell it too. Whenever I'm down there, I pick up some as well. But yeah, Fiebings, and it does come in some other colors as well, some different browns, and there is a black. So definitely check this out and try using it. The good thing I like about the chocolate, the only thing I have to say, okay, is the darker dyes like the chocolate and the black, if you use the dauber, you can pretty much get away without having a lot of streaks. The problem is like the lighter colors, like maybe like the British tan or the like, I don't know if they have a sallow tan or not. But those, the problem is that when you use the dauber, you can see a lot more streaks on them. So you have to kind of build up the color to get rid of those streaks. If you're going for, but then it can kind of tend to, you know, because you're building up the color and you're making it darker. So another application method is like a sponge, or I would find something that works for you that will basically get rid of those streaks, because you definitely don't want those in your products. Okay, so the third product I'm going to talk about is this box knife right here. And yes, it used to be lime green. This is the color it's supposed to be, but I spilled my chocolate dye all over it about a week ago. And so it's just stayed this lovely shade of who knows what. But this box knife, you could just slide up like this. As I mentioned in my previous tutorial videos, this is what I started cutting with. Honestly, I have never purchased a round knife. I know all the leather workers use them, but I just still have never gotten into it. I've tried them out at the store and I just don't feel comfortable enough with it. Of course, if I purchased it, you know, and worked with it, I'm sure I would get more comfortable with it. But like a good round knife, like not a Tandy one, but like a good round knife can be upwards of a couple $100. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend that when I'm comfortable with this. You know, a box knife you could just purchase at Walmart, and as long as you replace the blades frequently, because they can get dull, and once they get dull, it'll get really hard to cut with. It works out really good, and I can control this a lot better. I mean, this is what I cut out all my inlays with, and it works great. Yeah, it's really easy to hold, and I just love them. Okay, so the fourth item is going to be this stitching groover here. This is something else that I have shown in my tutorials a lot. I don't do hand stitching anymore. I've had my machine for a few years now. But what I love to use this for is when I am making an inlay, I love to set it to the width that I like. And you guys can watch my like noseband tutorial and my headstall tutorial, and it will show you how I use this. But basically I just set it for the width that I want. I trace it out, leave a little indentation, and then I just trace along that and cut it out, and then there's my inlay. It's the perfect width from the edge, and that way you don't have to keep, you know, guessing, because I used to use a ruler and go, okay, that's a 1/4 of an inch from the edge, 1/4 of an inch, and draw all the way around, and you can sometimes mess up, but this allows you to stay even, you know, as long as your edges are even, the shape that you've cut out, as long as there's no like jagged edges and stuff like that, it will keep your edges pretty straight, and it's really inexpensive. I don't know, I've had this one forever. Purchased it from Tandy like back when I first got into leather work, because I wanted to hand sew because I didn't have a machine, and but it's really cheap, but it's definitely a good investment because you can use it for a couple things. Okay, so my fifth item here is actually something I just thought of that I would show you guys, because I use this stuff a lot, and when you're wanting to buck stitch, a lot of time, like starting out buck stitching, you can't afford the kangaroo lace that is like, you know, $40–60 a roll. You can get it cut in a little bit smaller lengths, but I mean, when you're starting out, you know, you can't necessarily afford that. But anyway, so this deerskin lace, I purchased this from, I think I get it from Joann's or Hobby Lobby. They both sell it, but you can get it in different colors like red, turquoise, brown, and now granted, it's not kangaroo lace at all, but it's still deerskin. It's really soft. It is thicker. Some you can, I always tend to search through them and try and find the thinner ones, but like it works good for adding accents onto. I use it for buck stitching, and then I love to use it for whip stitching. I think it really adds a really pretty colorful touch. But it's honestly like $4 for 2 yards. I mean, it's pretty inexpensive, and like I said, you can get it in the turquoise, the red, the brown, and then the purple and black, and I think that's, I don't know exactly how many other colors there are, but it's really soft, and it gives, if you're not like, you know, I mean, obviously kangaroos lace is the best for buck stitching by far. But if you can't afford that, or if you want, you know, to add the little accents, then this works great, and you can get it at your local craft store. So it definitely does the job for what you want it, you know, to be. And that's the thing that I've learned, honestly, in making tack and making leather, is there's not like a right way to do everything. Like, granted, you know, I would never sell that and be like, oh, this is kangaroo lace, because obviously it's not. But like, if you're wanting to do buck stitching, and maybe like for a customer and they can't afford, you know, the really expensive kangaroo lace, you could use that. Or, you know, I mean, like, I love, since, you know, a lot of my items kind of have had a Native American theme because I'm part Native American. I love the deer skin, and I love what that adds and what I can do with that. And so yeah, and like what I was saying is that I've learned in the leather working world is that there's not like a specific way to do everything. I've learned going through, you know, teaching myself how to do leather. I've found so many different ways to do other things, and, you know, a lot of people say, oh, that's the wrong way to do it, you're not supposed to do it that way. But if it works for you, it works for you. Don't worry about what other people say. And I've learned to use other products and things that maybe some people wouldn't use. Like, for instance, my bone feather headstalls. I mean, people probably look at that and go, oh my God, that's gonna break. But it's real bone. It's strong. What's in our body? Bones, you know? I mean, are we gonna break every day? And I've had a lot of success with that. And people have, you know, come back and ordered them again and again, and they've held up. I mean, there's several of them out there that are my original ones, and they're still going strong. And so I just, you know, sometimes you just got to take that leap, or you just got to kind of try it and not listen to what people, you know, have to say. And, you know, just, you know, what I want to say is that my suggestion is, before you put out a product, obviously test it, put it through testing, make sure it's going to work, make sure that it's going to withstand, you know, whatever it's going to be put through, so that way, you know, your customers don't, you know, call you back in a week and say, hey, this product didn't last, I want my money back. But don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to, you know, try some things that maybe people think aren't going to, you know, maybe they may not, you know, think is good, but they may just be saying that because they're like, well, crap, I didn't think of that first, you know? And that's the problem with this industry, is everybody's so like, well, I thought of that first. No, I thought of that first. No, and it's like, so, oh my God, we can't, like, you know, go in harmony and be like, okay, you know, we all can create a red inlay, you know, tack set that's this specific shape, you know, and kind of tweak it to our own way. No, I created the red tack set first. You created it second. You better get that off. You're copying me. And it turns into this whole big thing, and it's just a whole big mess. And honestly, to be honest with you guys, that is part of the reason why I kind of got out of making tack full time, because I was just so stinking tired of getting messages from makers all the time being like, you copied me, you did this, and when I was not intentionally copying at all. And it's just stupid. I mean, of course, I've had that when I first made purses, back when I was still making tack, and I made purses, I had a girl message me, another maker, won't state the name, and she said, hey, you're copying me because you attach your purse straps on the side of the purse, just like I do. And I'm like, okay, doesn't a lot of people attach their purse straps on the side? And she's like, no, it's the same shape, it's square. Your bag is square and you attach the purse straps on the side. I'm like, okay, so yeah, I'm definitely copying you. Sure. So anyway, sorry to get on my soapbox, but it just annoys me with how petty makers can be about that kind of stuff. Because I feel like if a trend is in, you know, we're all going to try and hit that trend because that's what the market is going for. That is what our customers are wanting. And, you know, granted, we can all add our own little, you know, our own little tweaks to it and our own little personality and our own little style. But, I mean, you know, come on, guys. What's selling is what's selling. And so I just feel like we need to not be so cutting each other's throats and being like, oh my God, she copied me because she had the same color of this or that, you know, so it just irks me. So thank you guys so much for watching this Leather Fun Friday. Hope you guys will be able to use some of these products, and I will list down below where I got them from or where you can purchase them from. Excuse me. And yeah, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing for next week's Leather Fun Friday video. I got to think of that. But if you guys really enjoyed this, be sure and subscribe. Also check out my, I have 2 other upload days. Monday is Motivational Monday. It's like kind of like a pick-me-up to help you get through the week. Check out that video. It's been uploaded 2 videos ago. And then my previous video before this was my Wednesday DIY video, and every Wednesday I will have a DIY video that will come out. So 3 upload days on my channel that you guys can look forward to. So if you guys are interested in any of those, please be sure and subscribe. I thank you all so much for supporting me, as always, supporting my business. I truly appreciate it. Without you guys, I wouldn't be anywhere. So thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.